Wherever you are on your journey right now, know this, you're right where you need to be. And if you are feeling resistance and that burn, and I would never, you're right where you need to be. I would just encourage you and like to invite you to explore what it is that you're running from and what you're hiding from and why. Hey everybody, welcome back to Blushing Phoenix. I want to tell you that over the past year or so, I've been talking here about erythrophobia and chronic blushing and the insecurities and anxieties that are around that contribute to that and all of the above. I think my printer is about to print. Part of starting the channel was to have exposure therapy to see if I talked about this more, if it would help eliminate or alleviate some of the overwhelming anxiety that comes with turning red in a social setting. And I am here to tell you that I think it was last year, somebody made a comment to me about, have you talked openly in your social circles of people you know? Because part of creating Blushing Phoenix was that I wanted to talk to people I didn't know to see if I reacted different, as opposed to people who I know, who already think something of me, who've already created this idea of who I am. And if part of that blushing is because I'm trying to live up to who they think I am, and also trying to avoid the judgment, because I don't have that same reaction as much when it comes to talking to strangers. And I've heard that from other people that they don't feel it as much either, or it doesn't happen as much when they're talking to a stranger as opposed to a family member or a friend or somebody in a social circle. So somebody was like, have you told anybody in your workspace or in your close circle? And I'm like, hell to the no, I'm not telling anybody. That is like, there was this immediate resistance that was like, absolutely not. So when you feel a bit of, I call it the burn. It's like a burn that you feel that really makes you resistant and almost pissed off. Like, hell no, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. That you need to explore that area, because usually there's some sort of treasure hidden inside of that space. So over the year, I did write, I think on Facebook publicly, when I got put on propranolol, about, like, I kind of alluded to it and talked about it a little bit, but not like, hey, I'm a chronic blusher with erythrophobia and here's my story. It was just more of part of some of the things I've been dealing with, and it really talked about mental health as well. So I did do that on my personal Facebook page, which, as you guys know, if you follow me here, Blushing Phoenix, and on my Instagram, and I have a website, but it's not known to the people who are close in my circle. Only a handful of people know about the Blushing Phoenix organization and some of the things that we have going on here, because I didn't want to open that up to that part of my life yet. And so all of this to say, yesterday I was in a one-on-one conversation with somebody that works on my team, and we were talking about just electromagnetic fields, and whether you want to call it energy or electromagnetic fields, or the essence of a person, things that make people empathic, and we were just sharing these really great ideas around it, which had to do with work, but we just led into this conversation about how we manage from this certain place. And we were talking about how you get to this place of, am I healing? Do I want to heal? Or am I learning how to live with this and understand this more, just in general? To which, in that moment, I shared with him, I said, I have a really overactive nervous system, which makes my skin go crazy on my neck and my chest specifically, and sometimes up my face, which is also considered chronic blushing, and can create this phobia of turning red over and over again and not wanting people to see you. And what I've realized with that over the past year is that I don't know that it's about healing it. I think it's about learning who I am with it and realizing that I'm so much more than just what my skin tells me I am and the insecurities. And he was listening intently. There was no judgment coming from him. And I told him I set out on this journey to figure out what is causing this, why is this happening? And then I talked to a Thai yoga instructor, Liz Gomez, which I have a video with her, by the way, which I'll link below for you if you're interested in hearing about some of the things she has to say, which is incredible. But one of the things she said to me in our first Thai yoga experience together was, and I shared with her about this red splotchiness, is she said, I'm curious to know if you have PTSD and one of your triggers is facial expressions or tone of voice or something about the energy fields around you. To which I was like, well, shit. How am I ever going to find out what that is? And so I was telling him this and he starts laughing. And I said, and in that moment, I realized I don't think this is about healing this thing. This is so deeply wired into me from my childhood and all the things that have happened to me in my life that if I spend my time and energy trying to figure out what the trigger is, I could find that trigger and then it's another trigger also, or it's multifaceted in how it's set up in my nervous system. So instead of spending my time and energy trying to figure out what is triggering me, I really just want to live my life with it, knowing that it's part of who I am. It's part of what has made me who I am. And I have very strong empathetic, not skills, I guess, but just strong empathy. And that's part of what I call one of my superpowers and how I relate to people. But I also get really flushed easily and all the chronic blushing that happens because my system is just so sensitive. And so if I get rid of the redness and it took away that empathy that I have for people and how I live my life connecting to others around me, I wouldn't want to get rid of that. So if the redness comes with it, then that's just is what it is. And then we just moved on in our conversation. But I wanted to share with you that I'm getting braver in my conversations because of people like you who are watching this video, who are letting me know that you are so encouraged that you found a space where other people are going through what you're going through, because I'm going through it too. And I feel like we are getting stronger together collectively. And I just wanted to share that with you today, that was a huge step for me. I also have some things that I'm working on, kind of a reveal that will come later. And so I guess I'll just kind of leave you with that little bit of a cliffhanger. I'm not going to go too far into that right now, but I am getting braver and more to that place of really ready to just like open up all around me. And it's coming little by little. So wherever you are on your journey right now, know this. You're right where you need to be. And if you are feeling resistance and that burn, and I would never, you're right where you need to be. I would just encourage you and like to invite you to explore what it is that you're running from and what you're hiding from and why. And you don't have to do anything about it. Just go explore it. That's all I ask of you. So that is what I have for you today. And until my next video, I will see. Oh, I always forget this. You guys know I'm not good with the marketing side of things. If you are interested in checking out some tea that could help reduce some of the inflammation and craziness in your body that has to do with overactive nervous system, you guys know we have a special custom tea blend that is available to you. It is in the description box below. And then also, if you like this video and you like receiving this information from me, please be sure to give this video a like and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I would love for you to leave a comment because I like to interact with you guys when I can. And usually now when I'm posting videos, I'm trying to stay around for about an hour or so after the video goes live so that we can talk almost in real time. So until my next video, my friends, I will see you later.